Well, hey, it's a Friday, Friday feelings happening, da 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 da. um, so I had a bit of an issue. I was about 10 minutes into my vlog and my memory ran out. So here we are again for round number 2. However, I also want to say that I think it was good because I felt like I was just waffling, which I know I do, but I'm hoping that take 2 is less of a waffle and kind of, what are you trying to say, Jaspreet? What is it that you want to share with the world today? So what came to me as I was trying to sort out my memory issues is the term ebbs and flows. And the reason why I want to kind of go down this route today, this little rabbit hole, is because I'm noticing my energy levels are different in comparison to where they used to be. I think I didn't kind of really understand what was going on with me when I first decided to stop working, and reflecting on some of that now, as in recently, I think I was down. I was really down. I mean, I didn't go to the doctor about any of this. I haven't been diagnosed with depression or anything like that. But I was experiencing quite a low period in my life. And obviously the energy levels around that were really heavy and really low and really stagnating, or whatever words you want to use here, because I'm sure you've also felt this. We all do. I guess for me it was a continuation of that general energy on a day-to-day basis, because I'd stripped back all this kind of what I thought I was, and was now like, okay, I want to explore what else I could be. But I was in that phase of, I'm so confused, I'm so lost, I don't really understand what's going on here, even though I'd chosen that avenue in life to go down the whole, I don't want to do this anymore, but I don't really know what it is that I want to do. So even though I'd chosen it, there was such a dragging kind of feet energy going on with me. And there may have been like glimmers here and there, like going out for a meal was obviously a nice change from my usual. And I don't know, like meeting up with family members and talking to friends now and again. But then there was this return to this reality, which was my life for quite a long time, of I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what my purpose is anymore, what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And I guess, the ebb and flow of that was just, like I said earlier, heavy, so heavy. And the coaching idea, or to set myself up as a coach, it came along the way in that time of feeling quite low. And like, even though I had the idea, I didn't feel ready for it. Like something's come up, and although I could see myself being that coach that I want to be, it's like a trait within me to want to help others. I wasn't ready for that. My body definitely wasn't ready for it. There was still this sluggishness, and I can't, like, sometimes, when you're lost for words to describe exactly what was going on. Like, my days were some of it was spent watching TV if the weather wasn't brilliant. Some of it was trying to explore what I think I would like, or want more of in my life. Like tried cooking and new recipes, and then took up some creative things. But it was all just, like what you get through work, like at least the traditional sense, is that routine. And I had basically just put routine, structure, order away because I tried that for a long time and I wasn't getting what I wanted. But mentally, I think I had decided that linked to all the work that I used to do before. So and that work wasn't something I enjoyed. So I'd kind of gone, I can't be doing with any of that anymore. But then it meant that there was just like this phase of so like, random things and not really knowing what I'd be doing the next day or the next week or the next month. And I've talked about this before. Lack of structure is a feminine kind of energy. It enables creativity. However, I think when there isn't a direction with that creativity, sometimes it has the reverse effect. So you're trying to like invite more creativity and more feminine energy in, but actually without, I don't think there's a word that I can think of right now. Direction is the only one that comes up. Drive, motivation. Without any of that, it was just almost like aimless energy, aimless creativity. And so then there was like no desire within to like be, oh yeah, today I'm going to sit here and do a drawing, or I'm going to do this. And that was obviously things that I was, working with internally, because you can always flip that round, but it just didn't feel natural at that point for me. So, and then obviously I've been on this journey of exploring myself more, and then last year I finally decided to, I'm gonna go for it now. Like if I don't do it now, then, and even if it if it doesn't work out, at least I've given it a go. But even when I took that decision to, I'm gonna do this is like, and when I'm saying this, I'm talking about coaching, and you can replace that with anything. That could be you're gonna go for another job. Even when you've kind of signed yourself up for it, the flow, the ebbs and flow have still been like this. They've still, there's been moments where I felt like, yeah, I'm liking this. This feels really good, and this is what I want to be doing right now. However, I would still say that there was more of the, ooh, I don't know, is this really what I want? And that kind of questioning, and the critic turning up and being like, really? And all this, is this how it's meant to be? Are you supposed to just, when you're creating your own business and when you're creating this coaching, this coaching offer to the world, is this, how it's supposed to be? And I guess an element of that was looking at what was going on around me, like other coaches out there, or talking to people and subconsciously noting, oh, okay, so they've done it like that, or this is what they do. And I don't know why. We can sit and ask these kind of, why questions all the time. I don't know why, but that was where I was at that point in my journey. And now I feel like, at least for now, I don't know how long this is going to last, that energy level has definitely picked up. There's less the doubting and trying to, work out what I need to do next in a logical sense, and less of the looking at what everyone else is doing and thinking, am I doing it right? I don't know how this has happened, and I think some of this is just what we do on a subconscious inner level, where we've kind of cleared the space in order to see things more clearly. Like, the best way, like, analogy that I can use here is like being in a forest and you've just felt like you're just enclosed by all these trees for such a long time, and that there's darkness, constant darkness, and maybe there's a gap in the canopy so sunlight pours in, so there's moments of like, oh, I can see it now, but then you're back into that darkness. And like now I feel like the trees or the shrubs or whatever it was that was in front of me is starting to clear. More daylight is coming in now. More seems visible. More seems like available. More seems possible. And I can honestly say that I haven't, hand on heart, done anything that's like, I know that because of that, that's why that's happened. There's no tangible thing that's occurred here. So I guess what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that with a lot of things that we experience, our human experience, there's no reason or rhyme sometimes why things are going the way that they're going. And that's, I think, just the natural, organic ebbs and flows of life. And I think I've come to accept. I think the acceptance piece of that has helped. Like, I'm not trying to self-sabotage here, but I guess I'm just acknowledging that even though I'm in this flow at the moment where I just feel like, okay, that's good, yeah, I'm liking that, and noticing that my energy levels have picked up compared to where they used to be, I'm not under any kind of impression that that's how it's now going to be. Trust me, I'm not trying to do self-sabotage here, but it's just the learnings that I've been on over the last couple of years, these kind of cycles, learning that things are so much so in a cycle, and learning to accept that more and more every day, so that there's like kind of, I don't need to put any more energy into like trying to understand why things are like this, or like this. Whatever your cycle looks like in your head or your body. But I just wanted to riff a bit about that today, because just noticing like the shift within me, and yeah, things do feel pretty good at the moment, but I'm not under any illusion either. And I don't know if that is the realist in me, or just, like I said, the acceptance piece that, and then there's going to be the lull at some point. But I'm just feeling more, like, to tie it in really nicely with the theme for this month, the events that I've put on, free events, may I add. I think that self-acceptance is also that self-loving. Like, when I'm going through that lull, I'm doing whatever I need in that moment in time to pick myself up. So whether that's a nice walk outside, whether that's a lie-in, whether that's I'm not quite ready to get into my work, so I'm just gonna eat my cereal and watch whatever on Netflix, you know, like leaning into that, you know, going, okay, it is all right to be doing these things. I'm not doing anything wrong here. Letting go of the guilt of why am I not pushing myself? Why am I not feeling pressure? That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? At this point in our lives, like, you know, I'm coming up to my mid-30s, so surely that's what adults do. They feel the pressure of life, and it's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be difficult. But no, I think I think time also helps, like having been on this journey for more than a couple of years now. And when it was so early on, it was like, really like the guilt and the shame of how I'm spending my time, and I shouldn't be, even though I've got, you know, a loving, supportive husband telling me, you're good, you do what you need to do. But me not feeling like that was, even though I'd taken that turn in life, like not feeling like that was acceptable. And now, like, I'm like, yeah, I am gonna watch Netflix whilst I eat my porridge, thank you very much, and be okay with it. And perhaps, having kind of riffed about it now in this vlog, maybe a lot of this is to do, like that kind of noticing the flow happening more, is just the acceptance and the self-love, you know, knowing that I am worthy of taking that time that I need to take to build myself up to then do the work that I want to do. Yeah, so I think that's a nice point to end this, and also just plug the event in case you want to come along. So I've got one more session on Sunday. I'll put the link to joining and the details to it below. And I've also created a lovely little gift that goes with it. So if you would like to receive that, definitely come along, and also just keep an eye out on my website, which I will also put the link to below. Thank you for joining me for another ramble, and I'm gonna wish you a weekend of noticing where you're at with your ebb and flow, and being curious as to how you feel about where you're at, whether that's going through a lull at the moment, or you're feeling good, you know, you're flying high and you're loving it. And just noticing, yeah, what judgment are you putting on that? All right, enjoy the weekend, and I shall see you for another edition next week.